everyone, it's Robert. For my baking project, I'm going to be making Italian Easter bread. So the first step is to hard boil eggs.
Easter bread? Wait, I have to get some stuff from Mom.
Wait, what are you making? Easter bread.
How are we supposed to do that?
By hard boiling.
Careful.
You know what? You're going to put this over here. So you put in some salt that helps the eggs peel better and boils the water faster. So we turn the heat dial up to 7. It's a bit between medium and high temperature. All right.
And what are you gonna do?
Now we just let it sit for 20 minutes.
What's in here?
So the timer just went off. We're gonna take these eggs off the heat. Turn the stove off. Okay, so a few of them are cracked, but we don't need all 12. Got a face full of steam.
And so what will you do when they cool?
Alright, so once they're cool enough to touch, we're gonna put these in a bowl in the refrigerator. Well, the ones that aren't broken.
And go.
Alright, so now that we have hard boiled our eggs, we're going to dye them.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so now it's time to make our bread. So first, we need to warm up half a cup of milk. Alright. And put the temperature on your stove to low, or 1. Yeah.
Go.
Alright, so while we're waiting for our milk to warm up, we need a 1/4 cup of sugar. We only have raw sugar, but granulated? Is that how you say it?
Usually you use granulated, yes.
Yeah. So 1/4 cup of sugar.
Go.
Alright, so once we have our sugar, we need 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast.
Take it out off of there.
Alright, so our
Pour
milk
it
is
in there,
warm.
and then we have to wait for the sugar to dissolve.
Go ahead.
Alright, so our milk is warm. You put it in the sugar and you wait for it to dissolve.
You might want to stir
And put that.
We're going to stir it up.
it gently.
Go.
Alright, so now that our sugar's dissolved, we're going to add the yeast. Yeah, we're going to use these scissors.
Gently.
Tell us what you're gonna do.
Alright, so we just have to set this to the side and wait for it to start foaming, which is going to take about 5 to 10 minutes. So, now we need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Alright, so you want to fill your cup all the way to the top and level it out with either your finger or a knife. Alright, with the flour, we need a teaspoon of salt. So we had a bit of problems, but careful. Alright. And now we need to mix it with this whisk. Alright, now we need to mix together 2 eggs. Together.
Go ahead.
Alright, so now we need to cut this orange in half.
Watch your fingers.
Alright, so now I gotta squeeze the juice out of this orange. 1/2 cup of the juice.
Go.
Alright, so while zesting the oranges, I learned the hard way that you probably want to wear protective glasses.
Okay.
Alright, so now we need a 1/2 teaspoon of anise. Fun fact, this is what they use to make black licorice.
Perfect.
Put it in. And now a 1/2 cup with
Quarter
melted
cup.
butter.
1/4 cup.
1/4 cup melted butter. Whisk it all together.
Go.
Alright, so now we're ready to mix everything into the flour bowl. Now we put in our egg, butter, anise, all the other ingredients that were in there. Alright, now we need 1 more cup of flour. We're gonna use this one to mix it all in. Alright, now 1 more cup of the flour. Mix it all in. I hate the smell. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's really crumbly, so we need to knead it. And yes, it is possible to do that by hand, but it is very hard and it takes a long time, which is why we're using the machine.
And what's special about that machine? It has what kind of hook?
This machine uses a bread hook.
This goes on
This is
that
what a
side.
bread hook looks like. Alright, so start this off slow. Okay, so we had to start over with a new recipe, but this is how our dough is supposed to look. This is sticky. It'll take a month to get this off my hands.
Nah.
So now we've got to knead this by hand for 3 minutes.
Oh, you put it on the flour.
And we're not going to be kneading it in the pot.
Can you get it out?
My hands, it sticks so fast.
Get your spatula.
Get off my hand.
Okay.
Flip it over.
The flour helps it to not stick.
So now that we now that we've kneaded the dough and my hands are covered in it, we gotta put this here to rest with a towel over it for 10 minutes.
Okay, go.
Okay, so now that our dough has been sitting for 10 minutes, we need to cut it into 6 pieces.
And then
We got 2 halves, which we're going to cut into 3. So now we have to stretch each of these little pieces of dough to 14-inch thick ropes. No, not 14-inch thick, 14-inch long ropes. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just do the best you can. We line these up vertically. We pinch 2 of the ends together, make them really, really secure. And we just twist. And we pinch the ends together. Pinch! Now that we've braided everything, we put 2 of these, only 2 at a time, on the parchment paper, on some parchment paper or wax paper if you have that.
Hey, hey, do your job.
Alright, so we have to cover these with plastic wrap in order to get them to rise. Hey, we need another piece of plastic wrap. Alright, so now that everything's covered in plastic, we got to put these in a warm place. This oven has not been preheated yet, but it doesn't have a draft either. So that makes it perfect. So that's it to 45 to 60.
okay, go ahead.
Alright, so we just took them out. So now we select bake, 350, and start. Alright, so before we put our Easter bread in the oven, we need to create something called egg wash. Okay, so egg wash makes the bread glossy. We are going to bring this over here. I don't want to get it on our. So we need 1 teaspoon of water, and then we need to break open this egg. Alright, so next step. Alright,
And brush it over the top.
over the top of the. Alright, one optional thing is to decorate with sprinkles. Just a little bit. So we're gonna use this blue one. And we just put it in there like a nest.
Put it in the middle.
Just like it's in a nest. Alright, so now that everything is ready, I'm gonna put everything in, and these eggs are going to sink in the bread, or rather the bread's going to rise around the eggs. Set a timer, 15 minutes, and we let bake. All right, so now we are going to take these out.
You think that's good, or you think it needs a few more minutes?
We're gonna tap on it. Do you have a toothpick?
All right, so we are taking out the other bread. Now, in order to know if it's ready, stick a toothpick into it, the thick part. There's nothing on the toothpick,
Then that means it's fine.
but nothing's blocking it from going really in. So, it's all.
Looks good. Let's
Good.
see it.